is day 48. Today has been a very powerful morning, and I'm appreciative of what is happening in me and what is emerging from me. And I just came out of my meditation, and I just came out of my affirmative prayer, and it was a powerful, powerful prayer. And what is affirmative prayer? As I mentioned in several videos ago, this is about the vibrational alignment of the word. I have been understanding so much in the last 24 hours. It is remarkable. And one of the great benefits of being back in New Jersey, where I live with my family, is that I am able to so clearly see the patterns that I have absorbed along the way that no longer serve me. It is absolutely remarkable. And one of the biggest default patterns that I have within me is expectations. It is absolutely remarkable, the power and the creativity of the untrained mind. These expectations that I have that are about people or things outside of me satisfying a need within me. And that always, always, always leads to disappointment, because that is an illusion of control. And it is a misunderstanding of who and what is my source. People outside of me, my family, my friends, society, that's not my source, but we've been told that it is, and so we just walk around with all these external expectations, even subtly and not even consciously, needing people to say a certain thing, needing people to do certain things or to act in ways that we want or need them to act. People needing to have understanding and empathy or whatever it is. It is just amazing and powerful to me, and I don't want it anymore. I don't want anyone outside of myself to be responsible for what is mine to source. And the truth of the matter is that my source, this invisible essence of love intelligence, is already all of that. This is the inward journey. When I came into 2017, I was super clear. And what was my clarity at the time? That I wanted to be influential in this life. That I wanted to help 10,000 people take the inward journey and set their real selves free. And what is so humbling today is my profound understanding and clarity that before I had the privilege of doing that with anybody that said yes to me, I have to do it myself. I have to remember what it's like to turn towards myself and take this profound inward journey. Because you meet a lot of things that you don't necessarily want to see, or at least that's been my experience. And today is just so powerful because I'm thinking about the stories that my mind tells me. Like this whole thing with going to LA next weekend. I mean, I am going to LA next weekend because I am participating in what is now a sold-out retreat. About 100 people going on a weekend meditation retreat with the high vibration Michael Beckwith. I mean, this is so powerful. This whole experience is so powerful. I am realizing that I have been looking like over here because my past has tilted my perspective to this. I mean, this is another thing that's really blowing my mind today. It's like the momentum, there's a difference between the momentum of the heart and the momentum of the past. The momentum of the past is what I've been observing by having these hour-long meditations. Those meditations are giving me an observer's distance to this pattern of thinking that wants to bring the momentum of the past into the present. Why does the mind want to do that? Because the mind is most comfortable when it knows. It most prefers what's familiar. That's why when the heart says do this thing, the mind comes rushing in and squashes it. Because this thing that the heart talks about is new. It's fresh. It's coming from that field of infinite possibilities. And within that impulse, inspiration that says do this thing, within that seed is everything necessary for the thing to be. But you see, the mind comes rushing in and tries to convince us, oh no, it doesn't know. How could it know? It's coming from nothing. I'm coming from something, at least I know. And so it works its way into the psyche, and the next thing you know, you crush your heart's desire, and you don't do the thing. So I'm thinking about going back to Alaska, and I'm thinking about, working where I worked last summer. And I called them last week, wonderful people, great conversation. But they said to me, well, we're pretty much well staffed. So the first experience I had was constriction, was this feeling of constricting, doors closing on me. But I realized this morning, wait a minute. That's my mind thinking that what I did last year, I have to do this year. That is my mind collapsing an infinite field of fresh and new possibilities for this summer on what it knew last year. And the truth of the matter is that maybe my highest good isn't at that job. Maybe it's not about forcing this year to look like last year because I'm in a completely different space. I said I want to live from my heart, and maybe this summer there's something trying to emerge that doesn't look like last year. So instead of feeling bad or finding more evidence that something is working against me, instead of finding more evidence that makes me feel depressed, I'm saying, no, wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's my mind. What is my heart saying today? And so this whole thing with Michael Beckwith, this is so powerful to me. I mean, I said yes to going to this meditation retreat back in February before I even, I think, submitted the stuff to Kyle to be considered for his weekend because I realized that I needed a break. I wanted to really deepen with myself. And I thought, let me go to Hawaii for my birthday. That came from my heart. My friend even said you could stay at my house for free, but the mind came rushing in and I let it. And it pushed it down. You can't do it. You don't have the money, da-da-da-da-da. And the next thing you knew, I just decided, oh, I guess I can't. But then when I realized that I did that, I said, no, I need something to resuscitate myself. I went back to Michael Beckwith's website, found out that I get a practitioner's discount, and I said yes. So now it's coming up, and I've been delaying getting the airline ticket. The same thing that happened in so many other, see, I'm so excited, I'm spitting. This is like how full I am today. I'm literally spitting. But this is so important. I want to get it out to you. And I don't want this video to go so long. Why? Because they say people don't, watch videos longer than 5 minutes. I mean, what are you going to do with all of this stuff? But my point is that I said yes to the Beckwith weekend because I realized, oh no, I'm doing this. I don't know how the hell this is going to happen, but I'm going to do this. So I'm looking at airline tickets last night, and I'm like, oh, so you didn't buy an airline ticket when it was $200 because your mind told you that you had to know all these things. See, but now I'm understanding. No, had I just bought the airline ticket, then I would have known all those things. This is a huge turnaround for me. Now, of course, the tickets are much more expensive. And there's my lack and limitation mind saying you don't have an income, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I have a credit card. And though it's not ideal to have debt on a credit card, I have a credit card. But more than that, I have an awareness today that the same intelligence that put all those tremendous details together that allowed me not only to be selected to go to that retreat with Kyle Cease, but put together the unbelievable specific details that allowed me to financially go, things I never would have thought of in my own finite thinking, is the same intelligence that's working through this. And the trip of it is that when I came out of that weekend with Kyle, what did I commit to? An hour meditation every day, which was like double, if not more than double, what I was already doing, not so much every day. But this is day 48, and I've been doing it for 48 days. And now I'm going to be sitting with Michael Beckwith, who is a high vibration consciousness right now, that I have been in alignment with for many, many months. And I'm going to be one of 100 people hanging out with him in a meditation retreat weekend. So this is all purposeful. This is exactly what is mine. This is my infinite field of potentiality communicating to me that this is mine. And then I got this hit because when I was on the weekend with Kyle, he said to me, if you create an event that's real and from your heart, I will help you with it. And I have, obviously been sitting and waiting for that to emerge because when I left that weekend, I was forcing something to be. But that's not the way it's going to work. And what hit did I get last week? I was like, oh my God, Michael Beckwith's working on a book. And I'm going to go hang out with Michael Beckwith for a week. Kyle Cease just released his book. I mean, the next thing I know, my mind is saying, oh, Michael Beckwith and Kyle Cease in Anchorage. And what do I know from Esther Hicks? I know that by the time an idea comes to me, it is already 99% complete. That's why it's arriving in my mind as an inspired idea. But instead, what do we do with it? We go, oh, how am I going to make this happen? And when we say that or think that, we immediately stunt the arrival of that which is already done. That's not mine to do. As creators, that's not ours to do. When you get an inspired idea, that is you saying, here we go. Because within the inspired idea that has already gathered up all of this momentum, the law of attraction, the substance of life itself, by the time that idea comes to me, it's already fully formed. And so what's mine to do is go, here we go, to welcome it, to allow it. But it's just such a completely revolutionary way of thinking. We've been told that when you get an inspiration, you got to go make it happen. That's not what this is about. This is understanding that it already has happened, that it's already arriving. It's just like the seed. Think about this. How the hell is it possible for the rose, the full expression of the rose, to be in a tiny seed? I have no freaking idea. And still, it is. And we know that it is. And we trust that it is. And we believe that it is. And we go plant these seeds in the dirt, expecting that seed to produce the thing we want. This is a powerful day. This is a powerful, powerful time. So I am accepting that that infinite intelligence now has room to emerge through me today as the perfect purchase of this airline ticket. And wherever I go, whether I come back to New Jersey or go up to Alaska, I'm fired up. And I am ready to step back out there and to bring this information to people that want to hear it. And I guess that was you today, because you have sit through 11 minutes and 22 seconds of me downloading something that has deeply and profoundly touched me today. This is day 48.